And another thing that's been coming up a lot that I've been teaching people on the retreats and things, or I shouldn't say teach, mentioning, getting back to what we're holding, is like the main holding, and I'm not going to get into the Advaita that there's no me and I shouldn't start from the idea that I am the number one, but the main holding, after you believe that you are this person, which is a given for most people, is how I feel about myself. How do I feel about myself? What is my own opinion about me? And I can tell you pretty much that the first thing that comes into your mind is pretty much how you see yourself. And whatever that is, that's the dialogue that the mind is always rotating around, pursuing something different, or denying what's there, or the whole story that gets you plugged in. So just take a moment and look at what it is that the mind always gets your attention with in relationship to you. And imagine that surgery could be performed like the doctor taking out the lens, cracking it up, vacuuming it up, and putting in a clear lens with no opinion about you at all. You're living your life and you have absolutely no opinion about your worth, your value at all, your capability, your talent, your likability, your intelligence, your beauty. Clear slate. See if you can imagine being at the age that you are with the background that you've had, and none of that idea of who you think you are is there. It's been extracted. First of all, ask yourself if you'd want to do that. Notice if the mind says it's possible or not. But let's say it is, that you could just locate it and do a little surgery. Just like the eye surgery I was talking about. And it's gone. You have no opinion about yourself. Would you do it? And if you're doing it now, well, the surgery is done. For now, anyway. Because really, if you look at it from the point of view of you and knowing yourself as the freedom, the center of being, which you already are, then you really don't have any opinion about yourself. It seems almost ridiculous to dwell on it. So just by a show of hands, how many people just let go of their opinions of themselves? All right, easier, who hasn't? Or who doesn't want to? So that's Philip. Who else? Siobhan? Dawn? Anybody else? Maura? Is that a yes, that you couldn't do it or you didn't want to? I'm unmuting you. You can speak more if you want.
No, I could do it.
You could
do it. Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
Good. So,
Yeah.
Mauro, tell me what it feels like to do that.
It was just a little, a little moment, few seconds.
And what did that second feel like?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you are free. Like I don't know.
What does it feel like? Well, you're saying that it lasted for a second?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Then something, the mind tried to, I don't know, something cloudy. The mind appears something a little cloudy, a little confused.
Confusion?
A little blur, little blurred.
I would say that the mind doesn't like it.
It seems
when you don't have a home base.
To say. I think so.
Well, let me ask you this, Mauro. Do you want to be cleansed of your whole idea of who you think you are?
Yes.
Then what's in the way of just allowing it to be?
What?
Just let the idea of knowing who you are, let that just pass by. Like you're not really interested in what the mind has to say about you. Because that's really what it's about. Who you are, and before the mind has an interpretation that keeps us rotating in loops, is absolutely open, empty awareness.
Yeah.
As soon as the mind clicks in, you snap out of that open, empty awareness into me, solid, separate.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And then I'm on my own, and I have to deal with insecurity and finding my way and feeling like there's a place for me and everything that goes along with that. So if you could just ask yourself, in this moment, could I allow all my ideas about who I think I am to just leave me? So that you can taste that freedom again and again and again. So that you know what it is rather than thinking about what it is. Because when we think about it, we think we have to change the person into a different kind of a person in order to be free. A better person. A person who meditates more deeply. A person who is more soulful, compassionate, etc. But all those attributes that I'm talking about, they come before You know who you are. And when you leave your opinions, they become clear.
Sorry, I lose the connection for 50 seconds, maybe.
Say that again.
Yeah, thank you.
You got
I
it?
lose the connection. And I couldn't hear what you said the last 20 seconds.
Which may be good. I mean, really, if you look at it, if you are a clear slate in this moment, what effort do you have to put in to being something better than you are now? Or different in any way? And if you have opinions about yourself that are less than what you think they should be, that's the lens that you're looking through when you see other people. You're seeing the deficits in them rather than the openness in them. You're not seeing the self in them. You're seeing the flawed person. So it changes your whole view about your whole perspective of how life is actually running. Everybody is the self. Everybody is free. Everybody is doing their best, believing that that's not true, and thinking that something has to be altered and something has to be really worked on. Now, the paradox is you really have to work on yourself to get to the point of even hearing that you don't have to do that. So I suppose I could say all of you here are ready to hear that all the work you've done leads you to the option of flipping the switch. And that's a real question to ask yourself. Do you want to be free now in this moment? And what I'm saying is being free of is you. Being at the effect of your conditioning. Being at the effect of believing what you think is possible and what isn't possible. And how about knowing yourself to be at ease with being alive? No looking for peace or ease, or safety. No looking for well-being. Do you want that?
Yes.
And I'm asking everyone. So let's say that some of you have had traumatic pasts of trauma and it has affected your life, and the way you are is an outcome of that. There are perhaps resentments or there are insecurities. How about, from an open mind, the idea that trauma has occurred, conditioning has come from the trauma, and I see it clearly. And in this moment, freedom is operating in spite of it, because I am clear. I am not holding my past. I know about my past. I know about my grievances. And I am operating without them as a living being that's aware of my past, the present, and my new present, which we call the future, the now. Right now, I am free of my conditioning because I don't honor it as me.